Hi, I'm State Senator John Morse. Thanks for visiting my website and taking an interest in some of my bills. Senate Bill 11 concerns trauma funding, and what we did was we required that people opt out instead of opting in to a $5,000 MedPay policy on your automobile insurance. So it used to be before this bill that you had the option of buying this extra $5,000, but you had to opt in. Now we assume you're going to buy it and you have to opt out. And the insurance folks have to explain to you that when you opt out, that means you're not going to have this $5,000 worth of coverage, and often when you're in an automobile accident, your health insurance won't cover part of the costs involved in that automobile accident, and that's what we were finding was happening. So consumers thought they were covered, would get into a car accident, incur thousands, frankly, of dollars of expenses, and then not have any insurance coverage. The other thing that we were finding was that ambulances in particular, but also rural emergency rooms, rural hospitals, and rural doctors were having trouble getting paid. Because when you don't have insurance, or when your insurance doesn't cover it, that means those first responders, those first in the chain of cost for your injury, are the ones that are susceptible to your deductible and don't get paid. And so as a result, many of these folks weren't getting paid, and we were actually losing rural ambulance services. And that may not sound like a big deal until you realize that we all travel through Colorado frequently, and you may go skiing and drive between Colorado Springs and Denver and go through dozens, if not even 100 miles where you're not really covered by an ambulance service. So if you get into an automobile accident, it could be hours before an ambulance gets to you. And that could result, frankly, in a lot more injury and sometimes even death. So we worked with the insurance companies, and we worked with the hospitals, the paramedics, the doctors, the emergency rooms to figure out a way to make sure they get paid for the emergency work that they do. And that was to make sure that people have to opt out of MedPay on their automobile insurance instead of opting in. So everybody's actually pretty excited about this bill. We're going to let it work for a couple years and see how it works before we worry about what other changes we need to make in the way that we reimburse emergency medical services throughout the state of Colorado, because they are so critical to all of us in a literal life and death situation. So that's what Senate Bill 11 does. Again, thank you so much for visiting my website. Friend me on Facebook, follow me here. Think about, on your way out, leaving a $5 contribution, because remember, the way to get big money out of politics is to get little money in, and so $5 from you periodically will make a huge difference. Again, thanks so much for being here.